kind of keep abreast of that. So, now to get to your thing, Steve.
Yes.
So we discussed the completion of the fire station last meeting. I actually had the first Tuesday of every month we have a fire station meeting, a planning meeting on that. We were due to hopefully move in at the end of August. Well, that has actually changed. Hopefully now we will be at the punch list time come the end of August, 1st of September. We will hopefully be moving in, actually in and working out of that facility at the end of September. And the reason is because of shortage of supplies. They've been waiting months on end for some of their supplies to come in. It's nothing to do with the contractor or architect. It's just trying to get supplies in. But that's where we were as of 10 o'clock this morning at the most previous, or the most current meeting. So again, we are scheduled to have a ribbon cutting, even though we will not be in the building. We're going to continue with our date of the ribbon cutting on September the 11th. So the last thing that I had is you all, some of you all are used to seeing a financial sheet from my department, and you all will have that at the next meeting. So y'all have any questions for me?
Yes, I do. Not according to this.
Okay.
Did we ever find the code enforcement budget?
I have not to this day. I do not have a line item code budget.
Anybody on the city council got one?
And I don't believe Miss Brenda has one either.
I can check my paperwork.
So we need to
If
find
there was any.
one. We turned one in, so I don't know where it went.
Okay, let me look at my paperwork, I'll make a note.
And then we need a fire and HR committee meeting Thursday at 5:30.
This Thursday.
This Thursday, yeah.
Yes, this Thursday. Okay.
For where? At the fire building.
Oh, fire in there? Okay.
Anything else for me?
I'm assuming it's discuss personnel,
I'm sorry?
to discuss personnel.
Well,
Technically.
yes, and job descriptions and people's roles that they're now doing. I don't know how else to put that.
James, if you don't hear from me tomorrow, please give me a call. Remind me so we can do it.
Anything else for me? Thank you.
No, sir.
Thank you.
Anything else for the committee or department report session?
Yes,
Okay.
street department. We we have some issues coming up with expense, and we're going to have to, excuse me, we need fuel at this time for the street department, and that's $7,500. We're assuming it's going to be about that, an estimate.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to need some fuel for the mow crew as well. So we need to see about getting that approved, I guess tonight. We need it shortly, don't we?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just start with that. Where would this, do we have this in our budget?
Is it budgeted that?
Yes, it's in budget, it's just over the 500 and 1,000.
Council.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to
fuel.
make sure everybody's aware of it. Okay,
We'll still write that, but we're aware of it.
good, all right.
Excuse, do I still need, when I write the PO, give it to who?
Correct,
Finance.
correct.
Finance?
Yes.
Okay,
We'll have to sign it.
okay.
Okay, with another issue, I understood that when the, if the phones were in the budget at this time, they could be used, and Keith and Gerald both have cell phones that they need for contact with the contractors as we go through these, as we progress with our system, our paving and all that stuff.
That's up to your committee.
Okay, so we're good on that. Okay, that's fine. All right.
That's up to your committee if it's in your budget.
Yeah, right, it is. And I got one more thing. The camera system is down, and we really felt like we need that security system as quickly as possible, because we have had some damage done to equipment out there, and driving trucks around and things like that on the weekend. And so we're looking at expanding that system and going with Wi-Fi rather than the cable system right now. And the estimate Keith got on it was $7,900, is that correct? So, and I've asked him to go ahead and check around a little bit more to see what else we can get, what other price we have, or we can get on that. But we have money in the equipment reserve that we can use if needed. So it is a budgeted item, but I still wanted to bring that out, that we're looking at it and trying to come up with a better bid on it.
Well, let's get 2 bids at least.
Okay.
Yeah, $79.95.
Yeah, so
You only have one up to now, or you have 2?
This is the only one we've got. These are the people that originally installed the system, and they're the ones that's been maintaining it since
We
it's been
won't
put
hurt to
in.
get another one.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Is it just the ring box that's bad?
The DVR, we had a lightning strike a week or so ago, and when it went off, the DVR and the monitor both never came back on. They came and looked and said that it fried both of them. We were in the process, it was like a 18-channel DVR or something, I don't know, but we added cameras and didn't have any more room on it, so we went to a different system, and instead of running more cables across there that sag anyway, we went to an internet system. And we were gonna over the years change out the cameras and just do away with the other DVR. Well, since it fried the DVR, we don't want to replace the DVR that we're phasing out. We want to go ahead and replace the cameras and get all that done now instead of replacing the DVR. So we'll have it's new cameras instead of the old DVR.
Will it be a service fee?
Do what now?
Will there be a monthly fee?
No, no. Once this is done, it's done. But unless they come and do something, which if we call them, they're usually pretty good to get here. They're in Blytheville and they get here that day usually, and then there's usually a charge for whatever they do.
I'm checking into it, bring something back for next council year.
Yeah, and will that system be compatible with your software, computers and everything? I know there was another project where we bought something and then it wasn't compatible.
Yeah, no, this is all a standalone security system. Yes.
So one more thing.
Yes, sir.
We have a youth crew that is interested in working with us on the abatement properties. They've got an older group that would like to do some mowing, and they've got a younger group that would like to do cleaning up of items. And Terry, I believe Keith spoke with you on that, and we're all good in terms of the liability and such.
Well, as long as they sign waivers and.
Okay, all right, so I just wanted to, I'll get a hold of that group and let them know that they're clear to go ahead and do that, and I think that'll help us a lot with the properties as well.
Plenty of work to be done, unfortunately.
Hey, Bill, how will they pick the properties or do that? Do people put in a request to the group, or are they working off a list that we have someplace?
We'll have the available properties and
It'll be the abatement properties that we're
Yeah.
doing.
Okay, so it's a list that the city already has
Yeah,
created.
yeah,
Okay, thank you.
and we'll more than likely try our best to have Mo Crew or someone down there at the same time
Yeah.
who's dealing with it.
Thank you.
One correction, Mayor. That's
Yes.
the third for that meeting.
Oh, okay.
Was that?
The meeting, the HR meeting's on the 3rd.
HR and street.
Third, okay, yeah, I got it.
My mistake.
All right,
Bill.
anything else?
Excuse me, Mayor, yes, there was one more thing.
Get off of this now.
Well, it went with the phone thing, is our landline.
Uh-huh.
We don't have it in the budget, and I was told it had to be in the budget.
And we need to have a landline at all city buildings.
We don't get anything but telemarketers, and half the time we're not there anyway. I mean, it's,
How's the citizens contact you for,
my cell phone,
your cell phone?
my cell phone is on the city website, and I've, on my business card, city business card's got my cell phone on it.
Does every employee
Has
have?
my business card.
I mean, does every employee have a cell phone they can use if you're not there?
No, Gerald has one. Me and Gerald, our phones are paid for, our cell phones are in the budget.
I just wanna make sure citizens got an ability to contact every department.
Yes, the PD has mine and Gerald's number, all of y'all should have, I mean, it's on, if you don't, I'll get it to you, but
That's the only
my number
we
is
do
out there,
for you.
yeah. I don't know if we're working on getting it on the website. Tina's not here. I think Tina was gonna see about trying to get all that information on there, because the street department's not on the website.
But that's the only number we've used for quite a few years, isn't it?
Yes, well, the only time, we didn't have a phone until recently, when we got that Red River or whatever it is.
Big River.
Yeah, whatever that
I
is.
just need
We-
to know what that phone number is. Or somebody can sit and call all 50 numbers and figure out what the number is.
Well, what we'll do is, you use that phone and call up City Hall, that way it shows when you call our ID, and we'll have the number.
That's an excellent idea.
And if, as long as the citizens have a way to contact the street department, and you want to give your cell phone out, then that's fine.
I don't care, but it's just not in our budget, so
Yeah.
that's why.
I just want to make sure every department has a contact out. You know,
Well,
if an employee gets hurt at their
Right.
street department, there's a way to contact, get help.
Okay, well, if you wanna keep it, we can, I just might have to
That's the
find
only
somewhere
concern I
to.
have on that.
I need to know how much it's gonna cost, and so I can look for a place to find it in the budget.
$124.57 a month.
But
How
if
much?
we're doing the sale, if we're doing the sale,
$124 a month.
that's on your cards, and everyone's got a cell to contact for emergencies, I'll go along with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me, I was just told that every city building was to maintain a
Yes,
landline.
I wanted that, because I wanted every citizen to have a contact to every city department.
And I.
And we're here for the citizens, you know, that's what we're
And
here
how
for.
much a month? For
$100
mine?
$124 a month landline.
We don't have that in the
The
budget.
landline.
And it would be tough to find in the budget.
Well, my problem
mean-
is if the employees are in there using the landline, they're not doing their job. They should be out.
If they get hurt, they need a way to call 911.
That's what I
They've got
want
two-way
safety
radio.
aspect of it, but also I want citizens to be able to reach a department.
It's worked out.
If it's worked up to now, maybe we
I'm
can
fine
make
with
an
it if that's-
exception, and then we can,
I'm doing it.
Everybody has radios for emergencies, and we've got.
somebody wants to call the PD, they can, get a hold of Keith.
Yeah.
And they give out a cell number anyway, he sells cards and everything, so
They usually call me, they say they got it from City Hall.
I'm
Yeah.
satisfied with that. We can just,
It works for me.
let's do that tomorrow. You call up, we'll get your number, we'll disconnect it. Everybody good with that?
Yep.
Any opposition? All right, settle down.
That's it. I'm
Anything
done.
else, Bill?
Yeah,
One more item.
one more. We've got, after tonight's council meeting, we've got an open meeting with the Human Resources and Animal Control as well, so that'll be done after this, so that everybody doesn't have to deal with it. That's all.
Yeah, for
Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
I just have one little quick thing.
Go for it.
I know y'all can't believe I can do anything quick. I just want to let you all know that. Yes, I know. That the bid, the request for qualifications on the former Prince property project, Brenda did get that into the newspaper and it was published. And Tina Butler also got it on our website. It is on the city's homepage, and you scroll down to recent news, and then they can click on that and they can pull that up. We're supposed to receive those bids no later than 5 p.m. August 15th at City Hall. So we'll keep you apprised of that.
Along that same subject, you all need to be thinking of how you want to dispose of the property. There's two options I see, is one, do a full cleanup, that will allow anything to come there, or the other option is, it could be sold for like business today, with some paperwork changes, deed restrictions.
Deed restrictions.
But there's two options, the city council will have to give us direction,
Okay.
and then finally is how we're gonna sell the property. I kinda think sealed bids or something in the neighborhood is the fairest approach. But that's something that you all will have to give us a decision on.
Sealed bids with like a minimum set.
We have right to refuse,
Yeah.
any and all bids.
Just reserve the right.
Okay, got it.
In the
And
end, all bids.
with the knowledge of, well, those people can bid on it again. So, okay. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. We'll move over to unfinished business. We do have an item A, is dumpster and roll-off bids. Right now, we're having a problem with our billing with one of the bids that's been presented. So the clerk's office asked that we table this item until the next meeting until we get the discrepancies worked out. So we'll just table that. Item B is, we got Ms. Megan Shear, appointment to the Park Board. They have requested her to be on the Park Board. We need to vote of the council to approve that appointment.
Motion.
We have a motion?
Second.
We have a second. Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. We'll move into new business. Item A is we need to set a hearing for zoning change request for Hunter Sutton. We have one hearing already on that.
Has there already been a hearing?
No, the planning and zoning committee met and they have approved it.
Did they have it?
No. They just
We
had a
need to set a
meeting.
Can
hearing.
we do it at the same time as the other hearing?
Yes.
Okay. Let's set it for 6 p.m. on August 15th, next council meeting. All righty. The report. Move over into public comments.
Well, it's another new business.
I've only got one item, but we can do some new business. What you got?
You can go first.
It was talked about in the finance committee meeting only, not the full council. The city owns the museum, the old city hall, and Sonic Lodge. They closed during the pandemic. We haven't been able to reopen because of damage that has happened to the building. Had a lot of water leaks, especially on the south side of the building. And we believe it's around the old windows that aren't sealed now anymore. Plaster's come off the walls. If anybody's been in the Opera House, how the plaster's gone in most places, it's just down to the bare brick, it's that way, but the plaster's falling. You can't walk up the stairs to the second floor. It's falling onto the displays inside. The paneling's buckling off the wall from the moisture. Part of the carpet's been ruined. The bathroom is not something that anybody would want to use. I think it needs to be updated for something like that. The heater, the furnace has been, the air conditioning's been replaced when it was stolen a number of years ago. Some of you may remember that. The air conditioning was replaced, but the heating unit hasn't been. It was put in when the museum opened before 1976, so I think we've gotten our use out of it. There's a spot on the floor that needs to be replaced. I would like to make a motion that we put this out for bid after we successfully pass the capital improvement tax next week. But does not go out for bid until after that. I would also like to ask that it be done under general contract, so we don't have to deal with several different people that the general contractor will be doing that work, overseeing the work and everything like that.
This is one of two historical buildings in Kennett, is that correct?
That's correct.
That's one of the reasons we need to look at this.
But it's also a tourist attraction for the city when we get back open again.
There may be some grant money, something came, I saw the other day, and I hadn't had a chance to research it first, tourism grants, so designed for.
That would be great. You check into that?
Yes.
Also,
Then I'll get the list of them.
me and Jan were at a meeting, and the neighborhood assistance program is going to
Yes.
reopen the downtown revitalization grants.
Okay.
But the bad thing was they said they only anticipate giving out 2 in the state. That doesn't mean that we can't try for it. That was kind of our thought.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wasn't it neighborhood assistance program?
Yeah, and
I'll
then
second
the
that
tourism,
motion.
so we'll visit.
But that's not until several months away.
Right.
Okay.
Let's get the bids and then,
Yes.
I'll second that so we can get the bids and then we can
I think part of the bad
decide
thing
if
on
we
this
want to
is,
go or not.
I think we can get bids, and and I think they'll be reasonable, but until they start tearing those windows out, we may not know how much damage we've actually got either.
Never know, can you?
I know,
But it's city property, we take care of it. So, all right, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
I have two items, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
One is also kind of related to city improvement or tourism or whatever. I just came from a capital board meeting where we're talking about Fall into Arts, which is September 9th, mark your calendars. And I learned that, you know, we have the light poles around the square, and that the standards on them that hold the signs that say Fall into Arts or United Way or whatever, most of them are broken. And the ones around the courthouse, the commissioners own, and they have agreed to replace those. But for everything else on the other side of the street, the peripheral, is something that someone else would have to pay for. There are people who've looked into this. Federal Gamble has said they can get the standards that you need for about $15 a piece, which is not a lot of money. And I'm told that the fire department has in the past maybe put up those banners or those things that might be able to do that. And so I would like to have permission to just kind of find out, you know, what would the cost be and can we move forward with that? Fall into Arts is one of the banners that goes up. I've seen United Way, the Delta Fair banners could go up there if the Fair Board wanted to do something. We've got the eclipse coming up next April. You know, we're in the zone of totality, so it'd be great to have something going around that. I just think that's a way to kind of make it just more attractive and be able to be utilized down there.
Very good. So I think
I
so.
was under the impression that we had recently replaced those, didn't we not?
So Lance and I worked on that. Lance was that 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, we've worked on a lot.
And I think the best option is the one that Gamble Bedwell has. Is that right, Lance?
Yeah.
Because it's like it's that ring that you can tighten up. The old ones was a pipe that you went inside, and if you didn't have the right type of aluminum versus steel, then they swelled and fell out. So what we worked with before, Gamble Bedwell's, was the best option.
Yeah. It's the one that's got, it looks like a hose clamp.
Right, and it's a band.
Well, and the other thing was,
You could
you've
move
got to
it.
have exactly the right size banner or they won't fit. It's either too tight or too loose or whatever it's going to be. That would be the best option,
Okay.
is replace every single one of
Do we know
Yeah,
how many
because
we
they have to
have?
be consistent.
them.
I don't know the answer.
So would you care to look into that? and
I will
come back
look
with a
into
number?
that. I'll come
I
back with some
may
numbers.
have that number already.
Okay.
Because Melissa and I have worked on that some. I'll just have to look and see if I can do that.
I remember we had some over on Mitchell Park area and the back park lot. So.
Okay, great, thank you for that. Then the other thing is just a reminder, as was mentioned, the election is a week from today for the capital improvement tax. And I would like to suggest that maybe members of the council or other people who are informed on this topic be available outside the polling area, whatever the distance is, whether it's 75 or 100 feet away, to be able to answer any questions that people may have before they go in.
25 K?
How much?
I think it's 25.
25 K.
25, wow.
Next to the corner of the building.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, that's a suggestion I have, and I'm happy, I got the day cleared to be able to do that, if anybody else would like to do it. We could have one of our signs there. We have distributed 100 signs, so thanks for everyone who helped with that. Got the information sheet, could have that there and just answer questions, so.
Good.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So if anyone wants to volunteer and be with me. I know the polls open at, what, 6 o'clock? That's a little early, but I guess for the city, I can do it.
For a special
So-
election, I don't know the whole lot of it.
Thank you, that's all I had.
Also, mentioned, I brought up the chamber board meeting at noon today. They've been taking care of the welcome to Kennett signs. And I asked if we can get some kind of landscaping or some sort of fix up the area around there. And they're gonna look into that project and take care of at least the 4 signs, some sort of landscape. So you may be seeing that in the future. So.
Can the city water it? Because, you know, when we get in the middle of summer,
Well,
that's always a challenge for landscaping.
the problem that they brought up, and I think it's a valid point, most of them are in the middle of a field.
Ah,
And so when they start spraying the field,
ah,
Yes.
you'll have everything
Mayor,
yeah.
fucked up.
we mow around those and spray Roundup. So, that's
So
something
watering
we're
the
gonna
plants
need-
isn't gonna
That's
help.
something we're gonna need to quit doing.
What about artificial flowers?
We'll see what the chamber's got planned. We're gonna be working on it then,
Okay.
between now and the next board meeting.
Okay.
We'll see what this, I think they're gonna mulch around it, maybe just kind of park landscape,
Okay.
but we'll see what they have to say. I'll let you know.
It'd be good if whatever they do would make weeds not grow. Then we wouldn't have to worry about it.
Stuff like that. Okay, public comment time. Anyone here wants to speak to yours?
I normally do not do public comment. I did just briefly, and I forgot this because it came across my desk late this afternoon. I would urge the city of Kennett, we are in kind of competition, if you will, with City Light Gas and Water. The city of Kennett again is in competition with City Light Gas and Water. It's for a good cause. It's for our kids for the backpack program. We are accepting any and all donations of microwavable popcorn and Pop-Tarts, and this will go into their backpack that they take home for food. Again, it is a competition. If you choose to donate to the city officials, bring that either to my office at 202nd Street at the Fire Administration Office, or up here to the Kennett Police Department here in this building, 200 Cedar Street. If you so choose, and I'm reluctant to say this, but if you choose to donate to City Light Gas and Water, you can take it to their facility on South Anthony, but I would rather it come here. I'd much rather it come here. So anyway, just want to put that out. It'll be fun, and it'll be a good thing for the kids.
I think it might be good for the departments.
Yeah.
See which department can raise the most.
Yeah.
Isn't there something about pie in the face?
Yes.
There will be a prize in the face.
And
Yeah.
thank
I like
you so
clearing time.
much. You ever volunteer some of us.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be sitting in the chair for the pie?
Yeah.
I've got a list, but it goes from the mayor and the department heads and their secondaries, pretty much.
Well, hallelujah, the council.
Yeah. If we lose, but we're not gonna lose.
The winners get to throw pies at the losers.
Yeah.
There we go.
So,
So let's leave it up to the departments, and let's see how much you all can raise each department. And here at City Hall.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Brian Jones.
Yes, sir.
I got approved to do the street beat, was the old street beat,
Mm-hmm.
but we changed the name to Beat the Streets
All right.
for a theme. Like
Good.
these are shirts we getting rid of. We sell for $15, but it's we giving all the donation back to like whoever like we're gonna pick somebody that graduate next year for a scholarship. So we're giving all the money back or whatnot with the T-shirt donations. So we got approved for this year, but the question I want like. How we go about like we trying to make this an annual thing. We know like when I was a kid we used to do this every, you know what I'm saying? So we trying to bring it back and bring more things to it. So we giving out backpacks and supplies too, so we want to join and do it together. It's April 19th.
You bring them here. You bring the Pop-Tarts and
to City Hall.
or any of them.
You just joined.
And we're gonna be giving away like downtown or whatever. And I know they used to block it off or whatever. I want to know like will we have any help like with the town like cutting off traffic?
Yeah.
So you're asking for the square to be closed except for
Yeah,
highway?
we got approved of like this one time, but we didn't know the extent of it like with the state help us, like with the town help us like block off the traffic around.
The barricades.
Yes, sir.
Do they have to start with you?
Yeah.
And then
We can make that happen. You have the dates that you're gonna do this?
Yes, sir. April 19th. I mean, I said April, August 19th.
What time though?
4 to 8.
4 days.
Yes, sir.
Keith, do we do the,
We have,
We got
help
that. We got.
Kenny and them
Yeah,
if they need anything.
Barricade street now, does that take a council vote to close the street?
No, I just usually get with Kenny and them when they need it done, we'll figure it out.
Mr. Jones?
Yes, ma'am. 573
Okay.
344
Okay.
5063
And Mr. Jones, I think, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, 50 what?
63.
50, 63, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
To answer your question, I think it'd be best just to go ahead and kind of make a plan to let us know at the future council meeting for next year, time and place or time that you plan on having the event. We weren't happy to do it if it's a successful event.
Okay.
I think it will be, because I'm glad to see you're doing it, put the effort into it.
We're
Appreciate
looking
that.
at for a big come out this year.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I remember when I was younger, so it was always a good turnout.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Got a dunk booth?
Huh?
You got a dunk
We're
booth?
trying to get it. And we know about the youth fire department. I mean, they used to barbecue, anybody, y'all can come and barbecue for us?
We'll definitely look into it.